Shalom. This is part two to my last lesson. All right. Um, but yeah, man.
And said the aliens that's about to invade the earth is niggas. 7 foot tall niggas. And y'all just let them say that shit, huh? Y'all just let them say that shit, huh? So you telling me it must be get back. That's the only thing I can think of. It's restitution. They said we been I've been gone for a long time. Y'all should have came back then when our ancestors need the help. What the fuck was y'all 7 foot alien motherfuckers when our ancestors need the help? If y'all supposed to be with the niggas, that's beside the point. My bad. NASA, NASA, you know goddamn well. You know goddamn well you can't be saying the goddamn aliens is some goddamn niggas. At this point, man, I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. NASA really got.
Yeah. Our people are flabbergasted, man. Jake's Jake's making making. They can't believe it, man. Some of them are making fun of it, like that one Jake, like this Jake right here. Mm.
And I swear they are spraying dust in the air so that we are all high because someone's high. Why did I just read how NASA is talking about how the aliens that were coming in November apparently used? I'm like, damn. I don't unless we heavily filter because this is crazy. Not America hating minorities, and now you gonna tell me that is this alien black race coming in? They really about to hate everybody. They about to hate us for real.
And Jake's making fun of it, man. All right. They're actually considering. You can see it in their in the spirit that they're actually considering it. But hey, man, all Jake could do is make jokes because hey, you know, it's so far beyond what they look for, man. This is Wisdom Solomon 5:5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, man. So, Jake, these people of this world outside of this truth, this is so far beyond what they even, what salvation, is, man. What they think it was going to be, you know the so-called UFOs are the chariots of the Lord, and the Lord is a so-called black man, and the angels, all right, so-called aliens are the actual angels of the Lord, and they're going to be coming with the Lord in his chariots and his UFOs, and they're going to return to America, and the angels look like black men, and the Lord looks like a black man, and the angels look like dark skinned, tall, melanated, dark skinned men, and they're coming to save the black people and the Latino people and the Native American people. Whoa, man, all they could do was make jokes, and there's a flabbergasted, man. They're just like, what the hell? All they could do was laugh because hey, Jake's full of jokes, anyway. They're not serious, you know and when they get hit with some serious information, so far beyond that they hope for, and all they can do is make jokes and TikToks, man. You know, you know, and this is the precept that really locked me into this truth, man. I'm like, man, that what the men of GMS say, salvation is, watching the apostles for like half a year and whatnot, and then listening to them, and then hearing this precept, I'm like, yeah, man, this has got to be the truth. And it is, man. All right. The angels are so-called black, Latino, Native American men. All right. Dark skinned men that 7 feet tall and whatnot. And they're coming to the world, and they're focused on America. And that, they're not aliens. They're actually the angels, and they don't look like aliens, and that's just so far beyond what anybody even looked for, man. All right. They're going to be amazed at our salvation. But, this is the precept that I wanted to get. Jeremiah. Was it Jeremiah? No. Where was I? Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5. I might want to start at 4. Yeah, Ezekiel 1 and 4 says, "And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire unfolding itself." All right. And a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. All right, so this is the description Ezekiel saw. All right, this is his description of the angels, of one of the angels, man. All right, okay, and they were the likeness of a man. So they look like men, you know. All right, they were men. All right, but in angelic form. Okay, they're in the likeness of a man. Verse 6. And every one had four faces, and every one had four wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of furnished brass. Okay? Furnished brass, man. All right. What is that, man? Okay. Where's this one picture, man? Look, you know, furnished brass. I'm not talking about the far left tall corner. I'm talking about, the other three. Copper color, dark. All right. Black men. All right. Dark skinned men. Okay. All right. They look like this. All right. That was their skin color. And what people have that kind of skin color, man? Black people. Okay. Uh, um, you know, Latino people, Native American people, you know, which are the Israelites, you know. Um, let's see if it shows me that one picture. Just one picture. Yeah, right here. Yeah, see, furnace brass. All right, look, that's a black man holding brass, furnace brass. Damn near the same color, man. And the angels, not just the Lord, but his angels, all right, look like that too, man. All right. Like I said, this is the description of the angels. Sparkled like the color of furnace brass. All right. So yes, the angels look like black men. The aliens, which are they're not just no, there's no aliens. They're the angels of the Lord. Yeah, they're aliens, all right, by definition, but they're not from a far off planet. No, they come from the spiritual realm. All right, okay, where the Lord is. And they could go wherever they want in this third dimensional realm. They could chill out in outer space, in the ocean, behind the tree, in the sky. Because that's what spiritual beings um that's the power that they have. I want to get one more precept, Revelation 22 and 9. No, yeah, Revelation 2 and 9. Revelation 22 and 8, it says, and I saw these things and heard them, and when I heard them and and when I heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which shewed me these things. Then saith he, all right, the angel, this is what the angel said. Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren, the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book, worship Yahweh. So the angels, all right, the same angels that these people that I just showed you on TikTok were making fun of and laughing about, you know, and flabbergasted, about the NASA, saying that they're black men, 7 feet tall. You know, they are our brothers, our fellow servants. They're doing their job just as we're doing our jobs. Our job is to prophesy. The angel's job, there's multiple angels and they all have different jobs, man. To protect us, to watch out, to watch us, to watch the earth, to destroy, like the Michael, the archangel. What's his job? All right, to come back. All right, and to protect us Israelites, man. Specifically the elect of Israel. You know, so these angels have, they're serving the Lord just as we're serving the Lord. And yes, there's wicked angels too. All right, and they have a purpose too. You know, just for the left hand side of the Lord. They do the Lord's dirty work. Okay, so hey, it makes all the sense in the world for us brothers in this truth that the angels look like Black, Latino, Native American men. All right, but in angelic form. All right, they're how do you say it? They have the celestial problems, not problems, but they're celestial. All right, angelic. All right, they deal with things on a different level than us. They don't have to eat or sleep. You know, get sick. Feel pain. You know, worry about the third dimensional things because they come from the spiritual realm, man. All right, but we're third dimensional. We're gods in flesh. All right, we're in the flesh, man. All right, we're angels too, but we're just in the flesh. Okay, the Lord put us in the flesh. All right. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope this is edifying to the elect.